Hi everybody, welcome back to the 411 Mamas. This is Chrissy. And yes, I'm recording on my laptop because my camera just broke. Yay! So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, that was a lie. So anyways, we're going to have to try and deal with this as it is. So let's just get into the video. Today I wanted to talk about things that people do not tell you about pregnancy. Those little surprises that you find out along the road of being pregnant. So first of all, let's talk about pain. And I'm not just talking about labor pain. I'm talking about pain throughout your entire pregnancy. So it starts in the beginning when your uterus starts to grow. You can get a lot of cramping and round ligament pain, they call it. So this pain, like I said, could be a period-like cramp or a very sharp pain on the sides of your belly. And I definitely did experience this early in the beginning. I had no idea that I was going to feel those pains, and they were actually so bad one night that I went to the emergency room because I thought that my appendix had exploded. I wish that I would have known to expect that, but I didn't, and I learned, and I still get the pains every now and then, but they were definitely more bad in the beginning. You can also expect to have back pain, tailbone pain, and hip pain. Not everybody will get it, or they won't get it really bad, but I definitely experienced a lot of tailbone pain from carrying my baby really low, and especially as he's started to grow and get more heavy, I noticed that my back will hurt a lot more, and my hips, especially if I need to walk for any distance. And you can definitely also have pains in your legs and your feet for kind of the same reason, just the weight of the pregnancy. I definitely had a lot of pain in my feet from the very beginning, but as I've gotten bigger and heavier, it's definitely gotten worse, especially if I have to walk any distance. Make sure that you buy comfy shoes because your feet will definitely hurt, and they might even get swollen. My feet don't usually swell unless I do walk for any distance. They will start to swell then. So another thing that I definitely experienced was headaches. When you're pregnant, you can get increased headaches, which I didn't know about, but I definitely quickly found out about them. I used to have headaches like every day in early pregnancy, and I wasn't a really big person to get headaches before that, so I definitely knew that it was linked to the pregnancy, and I've talked to several people that have experienced the same thing. They have gotten better as my pregnancy has gone on. They were way worse in the beginning for sure. Heartburn is another pain of pregnancy. I think most women experience heartburn or reflux during their pregnancies. Even if you have never had it before in your life, which is my case, I had never experienced a day of heartburn or reflux in my life before I got pregnant, and I have it every single day now. I eat Tums like no one's business, and I can't even lay down horizontally because I will get reflux like instantaneously. It's horrible, and it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to getting rid of once I'm done with the pregnancy. And speaking of sleeping, you can expect sleep patterns to be interrupted pretty much from the point of you feeling like you have something in your belly. And that's what I noticed. The second that I could feel like my belly was getting bigger and there was definitely something in there, sleeping started getting uncomfortable. Trying to find a position that you can lay in to where your belly feels comfortable and your back feels comfortable. As I've gotten later on in my pregnancy, it's obviously gotten worse. I currently sleep on the couch. I can't sleep in my bed. It's too soft and I can't lay horizontally. I have to try and sleep sitting up as much as possible because of the heartburn and because of my back pain. And I've noticed the past few weeks especially, I don't sleep for more than like an hour at a time before I either need to pee or change positions or just insomnia in general. I definitely have a lot of sleep issues with this pregnancy. Another thing that gets a little bit crazy about sleep is that you do have very intense dreams when you're pregnant, more frequent dreams, more realistic dreams, and very strange dreams too. Especially if you plan on breastfeeding. I've actually heard this from a lot of people, and myself included. It definitely happens to me. You will have really weird breastfeeding dreams, and in most cases you will not be breastfeeding your baby. So yeah, creepy. You will probably also notice that you might get the famous pregnancy brain. Now, I had heard about this before, that when you get pregnant you get stupider, for lack of a better word. And it is 100% true. Very early in my pregnancy, that I would forget things. I would start a sentence and then completely forget what I was even talking about. I would go into another room and forget why I went there. If I didn't write down a list for groceries, you could just forget about it because I'm not bringing home anything I was supposed to. And in general, you become more clumsy, absent-minded, and I definitely am still experiencing that. It was worse in the beginning, but now I just find I'm really clumsy with my body. Like, I don't know where I am at any given time. I drop food on myself. I drop things. I run into tables. I run into everything. I'm just clumsy and just dumb. So something else that you might want to actually warn your husband about before you get pregnant is that you might get mood swings, or you might get very emotional. Sometimes it takes very little to provoke one pregnant lady into a fit of irritableness. I get annoyed really quickly now, and it doesn't even have to be at somebody else. I can get annoyed at myself. I can get annoyed at my messy closet. I can get annoyed at my dog. It doesn't really matter. You may also get very emotional for no reason and cry quite often. Also, you could develop a lot of anxiety, worrying, or depression when you're pregnant. And you should definitely get help if you get extreme cases of any of these things. I do know with myself, I get anxiety and a lot of fear about labor and the whole pain thing, and also bringing a baby home and being responsible for another human sometimes really gets me anxious or stressed out, especially as I become closer and closer to the end. It definitely gets worse by time. But it is normal to feel some of these feelings. It's something that you've never gone through before, and it's kind of a big deal. So I'm just going to get into now a bit of the physical changes that happen to you when you're pregnant. And I, for one, was definitely under the assumption that when you get pregnant, you automatically look like a superstar. Like, your skin will be glowing and your hair will be shiny and beautiful, and just everything about you will look like an angel sent from heaven. But then I realized that Also, the opposite can happen to you if you're lucky enough. So my hair almost instantly got incredibly greasy and impossible to manage. I had kind of long hair at that point, and I had to cut most of it off because I just couldn't deal with it. Also, my skin broke out really badly, and I went from like a combination oily skin to dry skin, and so I had to learn to adapt to that. And the skin on my body got really dry too, and very, very itchy. I would lay awake at night some nights, and my legs would be so itchy and restless that I just couldn't even get to sleep. And your belly too, regardless if you have dry skin or not, is probably going to get itchy just because it is stretching beyond its capacity, and your belly has never gotten that large before. You want to keep it really well moisturized several times a day to try and prevent some of the pulling and itchiness that you might experience. And you might also want to get like an anti-itch lotion. Like I know that Aveeno makes a good one with oatmeal in it, and I really like that one. If the itchiness of your stomach or body gets too intense for you to handle, you can talk to your doctor because it could actually be a legit problem. One of my friends had to get a prescription because her stomach was so itchy that she would scratch it until it bled. Like, it was really bad. I could talk about this topic all day long because pretty much everything that has happened to me has been a surprise. I didn't know about it. I just wanted to let you guys know some of these things in case you're planning on getting pregnant and you really don't know what to expect. Not everything is bad and negative about being pregnant. There is a lot of pluses, definitely, to being pregnant. And it is a very special time that you should try and look at in a positive light. But I just wanted to tell you about these things because I wish that I would have known just to be prepared. And regardless of all these things that happen, it will definitely be 100% worth it in the end. So always keep that in mind. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found the information useful. And I will definitely see you guys next time, hopefully on a better camera. So until then, bye guys.